Howdy, folks, and a great big welcome to each and every one of you. Well, my wife and I have been sick for the last few days, and that's why I haven't put out a new video for a while, but we're getting better now. So that tune that I played, I recorded that earlier on today on this banjo and my little homemade mandolin. It's called The Falls of Richmond, and most folks say that it came to us from Eden Hammonds. But the version that I play, I learned from Bob Carlin, who's a terrific banjo player. Anyway, it's Falls of Richmond is it's the first set of falls that marks the end of the navigable portion of the James River, which flows through Richmond. And some folks claim that it was originally called the Fall of Richmond. So Richmond fell during the Revolutionary War, and it also fell during the Civil War, but a lot of other folks say that it's just a tune named after the actual waterfalls. So take your choice. Nice tune, though. What I'd like to do now is a little Bible reading. So for those of you folks who are not interested in and don't want to hear one, end the video now. I'll say adios. Thanks for watching. For those of you who are hanging on, I'd like to read a parable of Jesus that was recorded by Matthew. This comes from Matthew chapter 18. Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, "Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother when he sins against me? Up to 7 times?" Jesus answered, "I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, a man who owed him 10,000 talents was brought to him. Since he was not able to pay, the master ordered that he and his wife and his children and all that he had be sold to repay the debt. The servant fell on his knees before him. 'Be patient with me,' he begged, 'and I will pay back everything.' The servant's master took pity on him, canceled the debt, and let him go. But when that servant went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii. He grabbed him and began to choke him. 'Pay back what you owe me,' he demanded. His fellow servant fell to his knees and begged him, 'Be patient with me, and I will pay you back.' But he refused. Instead, he went off and had the man thrown into prison until he could pay the debt. When the other servants saw what had happened, they were greatly distressed and went and told their master everything that had happened. Then the master called the servant in. 'You wicked servant,' he said, 'I canceled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant, just as I had on you?' In anger, his master turned him over to the jailers to be tortured until he should pay back all that he owed. This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother from your heart." So that's a great parable that Jesus told folks who are listening to him. And that same idea about being merciful is repeated again in a little book, James, the book of James. James chapter 2, verse 12. speak and act as those who are going to be judged by the law that gives freedom, because judgment without mercy will be shown to anyone who has not been merciful. Mercy triumphs over judgment. So that's a great thing to remember in our dealings with folks around us. So I hope you enjoyed the parable that Jesus told. Hope you enjoyed the Bible readings and the old-time fiddle tune. God bless, and we'll see you down the road.